Good morning. How you doing? Hopefully everything's going good for you. If you're returning, I hope you've already subscribed and liked. For everybody else that's just coming back, make sure you go ahead and subscribe and like for this channel. It's the best place to get my opinion for all these movies that I've got. Now, the goal with this channel, like I've said before, is to get all the movies that I own reviewed and done as fast as I can and try to do 365 for, well, this year, which would have come out last year if YouTube wouldn't have messed with me. But go ahead and subscribe, like, and make sure you come back for all the videos, which is going to be tough, even though they're only, it's between 10 and 12 minutes long. I don't really seem to have a lot to say about movies. But anyway, so this one we're going to go ahead and do Trading Places from 1983. It had Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy in it, both the funny guys. Those guys were funny. They did pretty good movies together too. So this movie was filmed in, probably L.A. Anyway, so what they did in this movie is Eddie Murphy starts off as a homeless guy, and Dan Aykroyd's the rich guy, and then they accuse Eddie Murphy of stealing the payroll checks or payroll briefcase, and he goes to jail, and then they make a bet for $1, and they try to trade places with them, and they work out doing it. And they get some guy doing the Duke and Duke are trying to brokers are trying to. Oh, it was in Pennsylvania. Sorry. It was Pennsylvania, not L.A. Anyway, Duke and Duke was trying to own the stock exchange. They had a seat on the stock exchange, so that would be New York, of course. But they were trying to corner the market on orange juice and all the crops, so they can make some money, more money than what they had. But anyway, so in the midst of all this, they did bad things to make these two guys trade places. They made Dan Aykroyd look like he was stealing, he did drugs, all kinds of stuff, so he went to jail. And they got Eddie Murphy out of jail and put him in Dan Aykroyd's old house with his driver, made him kind of rich, and then he got to run the stock exchange for a while, which was kind of funny because the way they did it, Eddie Murphy showed pretty good promise, and Dan Aykroyd was in the gutter and walking around. They even had him in a dirty old Santa suit, getting food from a party, and he run into for better words, a hooker. And, she put him up because she was the one that, he thought she was the one that took all of his money away. Then, of course, Eddie Murphy was the bad guy and all this, and it was a good comedy. Oh, I forgot. What is this? Is this a comedy, action, or comedy film? It's an American comedy film. Well, there's a little bit of action in this, and it's, rolling apart lucky. They dress up the guy that they get the crop report from in a gorilla suit, throw him in a gorilla cage with another gorilla, a male, and they were headed back to Africa to turn him loose so they can go live free, return to sender type of thing. So anyway, he gets in there, and the male gorilla has fun with the broker or the crop report guy. You have to watch that one. It's kind of funny how that works. And then, they had a New Year's party on a train. They did all kinds of fun stuff on this. And, like I say, you ought to really go get this and watch it because I tend to like it. And I feel like I'm rambling. Am I rambling? Well, hopefully you're still here because, I don't know if anybody's even watching these things because, it seems like I'm not getting any views from any of the videos that I've got on. Hopefully, by the time all these videos come out, I've got over 4,000 subscribers, so I can start getting paid off of this channel. But, best wishes, ain't going to come true. easily, and I'm not going to throw any money at it. So anyway, when they figure us all out, the two, Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd, come together in the rich man's house um, because Eddie Murphy finds him and wants to make things right. So they end up going to the house, get the shotguns out, and then they decided not to do that. They decided to make their own bet and make themselves rich and make the Duke and Duke guys poor. And, it's funny how they did it. They got on the stock exchange floor and they bought up all the stuff on the crop report, like the Dukes were saying, just the opposite of what they do. And then about just before the crop report came out, they started buying all that stuff at a low rate. Then all of a sudden, all that OJ and all the crops that they were doing on the stock exchange went up, and they went up, and they went up, and they went up, and the Dukes got thrown in jail. Their seat on the House possessed. Everybody on the trading floor had to make good on what they had. Their house was taken and everything else. So I guess they won their bet for $1, just $1. The rich don't play easy; they just play $1. So it was kind of a fun movie, and I kind of liked it. It's really a good movie, and this is another one I'm going to tell you to go watch, which I probably have been all through the movie. But this one is something that you really should have in your collection, even though it's an older movie, and most people don't like older movies. But it was released by Paramount Pictures July 8th, 1983. It ran 116 minutes. It was United States, English. They spent $15 million on this thing, and at box office they made $120.6 million. So I thought that was doing pretty good. So, we're doing shorter videos this week for some reason, and I don't understand why, but, like I say, this is one of those movies you should really go ahead and get and watch it until it falls apart, and then watch it again, and then, get it again and keep watching it. Because, I'm giving this it's a 6-star rating because, it's got Eddie Murphy in it. Who can go wrong with that? Anyway, so we'll talk to you later, and we'll see you with the next video, whatever channel you're watching it on.